Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another honest opinion artist review that is not sponsored. I'm just trying a product I've never tried before. So this is the Distress watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz. Now I have tried Distress Oxide from him, and I've tried different brands of watercolor pencils personally, but I've never tried these ones. So as you can see, it's set number 3. As of right now, there are about 6 different sets, and before you go buy them, if you end up buying them online, all of them will tell you what colors are in it. So it can give you a good idea of the colors that you could get. There's a different variety in each set, and I was drawn to these ones. So this is the first time I'm ever unwrapping and unboxing it. And I do have to say, I really love the color range in set number 3. I'm sure I would like other ones, but like I said, I was drawn to the colors in this particular set. So now that I've opened the set, I want to actually get down, swatch these colors, and play around with them. So right off the bat, I'm going to have to say I absolutely love the names. I think they're very cute, very creative. I really like them. When I opened the set, I noticed that my tumble glass paper was unpeeling, but that's perfectly fine. It happens, you don't really need it. So when I did the initial swatching here, those are not watered down dots, but as you see me do the larger chunks here in my sketchbook, I will be watering down the colors as I go. And this is currently the palest color that I have. Obviously, if I get more sets in the future, that might not be the case. What I've noticed in this particular set is the warm colors tend to be the brightest and the most vibrant and the most saturated, as opposed to the cooler colors. So warm colors are yellows, reds, and oranges, and I've personally found that the cool colors, and that means the blues and the greens, ended up being lighter. I also noticed that the pencils crumbled, as you are seeing here. For me personally, this really doesn't bother me. I am just watering them down anyways. I just thought I would point it out as an observation, and if you end up trying them and using them, just be careful because that could potentially smudge, but you're just going to water them down anyways if you're planning to use them in the manner that I am. So here are all the 12 colors swatched out. If you're observant, you might notice that top left-hand corner where the palest color is kind of muddy, and it absolutely is, but that is 100% my fault and not the crayon. I went and put a second layer because I found the color was so pale, and unfortunately I had a little bit of blue left and it muddied things up. But just off the bat right here, I'm loving all the colors. And I really find that the warm colors are so bright and vibrant, and I'm really excited to just get them all together, make an illustration, and see all the colors interacting together and in use. So I have to say, I feel like these are like a watercolor pencil and a watercolor crayon had a baby. They really are nice and firm, and they feel like a pencil, but they also give me crayon vibes. And that's not to say that they feel cheap or anything. It's just I've tried a wide range of these kind of pencils before, and I just really like them. They really feel like a mix between the two. I also love how nice they glide on the paper. They don't scratch or dent the paper, and I find all the colors blend well together and they glide beautifully across the paper. This is cold pressed paper, so there's a bit of a tooth or a texture to it, and I was just really happy how these supplies were interacting with my sketchbook. All right, I know I already snuck in some fun facts about hamsters, but I had to sneak in a few more about strawberries because I love strawberries. Did you guys know that a strawberry is a type of rose and that if you eat 8 strawberries, you'll get more vitamin C than if you eat an orange? Okay, I'll get back to the art now. So I'm planning to do a few more layers and build up some colors and textures, but I have to let this fat little guy dry. So as I used it, I realized that the blues are quite pale. I'm happy with them, but they're pale. And then I went and used the green over here in the leaves, and I'm like, whoa, I thought it wasn't as saturated as that. So I was pleasantly surprised. It doesn't bother me, but here I was thinking that all the cool tone colors weren't as saturated. So remember earlier I told you guys I only had one pencil that the paper was coming off? Well, as I worked, I saw that I had 2 other pencils that stuck together because of that, but in all honesty, it doesn't really matter. So as you guys see here, this is my palest color and it is quite pale, but everything dried and I'm going in with another layer and I am building up. Again, I can't emphasize enough, make sure your paper is dry because you can inadvertently hurt your piece, damage and dent the paper, and then all your hard work is flushed down the art toilet, and then everyone is sad, and we don't want that. My chubby hamster has another layer that's ready to go. Believe it or not, this is a second layer, and this is how the blue looks when you lay it down. So then when you water it down, does it ever get watered down? But it doesn't bother me. This isn't a bad thing. This is just an observation that I've made, and this can work in your favor, especially depending on what kind of piece you're going for. So I am moving along upstairs. Now I am hoping to finish this fat little guy. So Tim Holtz is really big in the mixed media and card making world. I am not big on mixed media in the sense of I do mixed media myself, but I don't do like junk journals and big collages and stuff like that. I have tried some Tim Holtz products before because I like to dabble in a little bit of everything, and so far I like pretty much everything I've tried from him before. I actually liked these enough that I'm curious enough to try at least another set, and who knows, maybe I will slowly build my way to getting the whole collection. But Tim Holtz is a name that is definitely popular, like I said, in the mixed media world or the card making world. So when everything dried, I was able to go in and add some shadows and add some fur for some texture. Overall, I'm really happy with these. I'm planning to definitely try another set and some other colors. The only thing that I added that was not in this set was a white Signio gel pen, and you guys can probably look and figure it out. I'm not going to start saying, look, I used it here. You guys can figure it out. And when I do little reviews or first impressions, and when I'm trying stuff out, I try to use as many colors as I can to utilize the entire set, and I actually did use every single color in the set here in this little hamster piece. So if you found my first impressions helpful and you would like to see more, then please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you here. If you have any suggestions or any comments, I'd love to know. Come say hi down in the comments. Have you tried these before? Are you planning to try these? Did you even know about them? Let me know.